within West Asia region and amongst the Muslim countries is something that is very, very significant. This is one of the most important foreign policy achievements of India, of both the Modi government and the previous Manmohan Singh government. It's a testament to India's course of diplomatic strategy against Pakistan. We've not only isolated Pakistan internationally at global platforms with the help of Western powers, but even amongst the traditional allies of Pakistan, we've been able to isolate the country. So let's understand how India has managed to do this, what developments have taken place. So let's start with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, which is one of the most important regional powers in West Asia, is seen as a leader of the Sunni power bloc. And Saudi Arabia has traditionally aligned with Pakistan, stood with Pakistan. Saudi Arabia has given a lot of funds and investments to Pakistan. Even today, Pakistani economy is dependent on Saudi funds and Saudi investments. It's even believed that Saudi Arabia has seen Pakistan's nuclear program as an insurance, as a possible security cover. It is also said that Saudi Arabia has been involved in funding radicalism by sponsoring radical madrasas in Pakistan and Afghanistan. When US and Pakistan aligned in 1979 to raise the Afghan Mujahideen as a resistance force against the Soviet occupation, it was said that even Saudi was involved in this covert war. The Saudi Arabia provided funds for radical madrasas to promote radicalization in the Afghanistan-Pakistan belt. And Saudi Arabian regime, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, is known to be involved with various terrorist entities as well, from Al-Qaeda to Taliban to many other terrorist organizations across the world. And traditionally, Saudi Arabia has stood with Pakistan on important issues like Kashmir, or made Pakistan sponsor terrorism. And this was the case until 2008-2009. For example, if Pakistan tried to internationalize the Kashmir issue by bringing it at the United Nations or platforms like Organization of Islamic Cooperation, countries like Saudi Arabia, they would vote in support of Pakistan. They would vote against India because they saw India as just a buyer of their oil. They saw this as a buyer-seller relationship. They did not see India as a strategic partner. So the year 2007 was actually a turning point for India-Saudi relations, as we elevated this relationship to the Delhi Declaration, when the then King of Saudi Arabia visited India under Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's administration, and we signed a historic agreement elevating the partnership to the strategic level. But the turning point came post 26/11 attacks. The Mumbai attack was a turning point. Since Lashkar-e-Toiba targeted American and European citizens, US and Europe finally changed their approach towards India and Pakistan and started aligning more closely with India with regard to counter-terrorism. They realized that they couldn't trust Pakistan entirely, and there was a subtle Western pressure on Saudi Arabia to work closely with India, to assist India in counter-terrorism, because Saudi Arabia and some West Asian countries had been turned into a safe haven by Pakistan's ISI to support, nurture and cultivate terrorist groups against India. There were several terrorists hiding in countries like Saudi Arabia and UAE. There were several sleeper modules